In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use the Notion buttons within databases. So this is going to make your database rows all the more powerful and just more efficient and clean. So anywhere that you have a database, and I'll just create one for sake of example. Anywhere where you have a database like this, you can now add the property, this plus right here, of button. Okay, and here we have our button. So basically what you can do is you can rename the button and that will change the name up here. So let's just say it's a completion button. But when you change the name, it's also going to change the label if it's blank here. So by default, you'll have the same title and the same name on your button. But if you want the button to actually say something useful, you could have it say something along the lines of complete task. And that looks really nice. Now, how do these buttons actually work? Well, when they're clicked, they're going to take an action. Since this button doesn't have an action associated with it yet, I'm just going to click into here, hit edit property, and then if I scroll down, you'll see add action. If you're enjoying this video so far and you want to learn more about the power of Notion for your personal productivity, I recommend joining my Notion Navigator community. There's tiered access levels, and you can access my Productive Brain template, which is basically a task management template. Alongside that, you get access to this course content right here that not only shows you how to install the template, it also shows you how to maintain it and add different things to it and improve it. You can even add things like recurring tasks, custom views, time blocking. You can sync it up with your Google Calendar, and there's a couple different ways that you can do that. And you'll even get access to our school community right here. So definitely check out the link below this video if you want to get access to this and start learning more about Notion for personal productivity. If you hit add action, it allows you to do a few different things. It allows you to add a page. So this will allow you to add a page to any database. It also allows you to edit pages. It allows you to show a confirmation so that the user still has to hit continue to make it happen. And then open page. So now I'm going to add in a couple different properties. I'm going to add in a person property, and we'll call this assignee. And I'm also going to add in a select property, and we'll just add some options right here. We'll just say assigned and complete, and I'm going to add another button here. So this one says complete task. This one will mark something as complete. And I'm also going to add in an assign task. Okay, so let's go ahead and add another button. This is just to show you guys how these buttons can interact with these different properties. So I'm just going to say ownership for this one and assign to me. Okay, and I'll just put a hand, add an action. Now you can see here that it allows you to actually edit these properties. So if I click on assignee, I can just say person who clicked the button and then hit done. And then we'll add another step. So we're going to add another step, go to select, and I'm just going to select assigned. Now I'll click away. And when I hit assign to me, we can now change multiple columns within this row that I clicked the button on, and it will assign those to me. And then this complete task right here, we can make this just change the select status right here. So let's just hit edit property, add action, and we're just going to go to select, complete. And then I'm going to click away. Now, when I hit complete task, it will mark these as complete. So now I wouldn't need to have all of these properties necessarily showing. I could just hide these if I wanted to, and it would be interactive from there. I can still change these if I want to. And I could even add like a not started. Let's do that really quick. And just for the sake of example, let's go ahead and add a filter where the select is not complete. Okay, I'm going to delete this tags here. And now we have an interactive task database with assignee functionality. So what this is going to allow me to do is, let's just hide that title, add some tasks in here. Now I'm going to be able to assign these things to me, and then once I've completed them, just have them simply disappear from this database. So that's kind of how these buttons can work, and that's just a quick example. Let's go ahead and dive into a few other examples. I'm just going to delete this database. I've got these other examples down here that I wanted to share with you guys. So I'm just going to click on follow-ups. This is a unique one that I built that allows you to basically just mark somebody as followed up. So you might have some phone numbers in here. So I'm just going to enter some random phone numbers and some random emails. And what you'll notice here is we can actually change the interval at which we want to follow up with these different people. So let's go ahead and delete the follow-up date out of here, and that will actually delete everything. So what we need to do is when we add somebody new to our system, like Carrie Carrot here, I can just go ahead and change her to every 14 days. I want to follow up with her. And then whenever I hit followed up, it's going to put in the date that I followed up with her. It's going to tell me when the next follow-up is, and it's going to give me a dynamic status here that changes based on the date. Let's say that I followed up like more than 7 days ago. It's actually going to tell me how far past due this is as well. And you can even change the interval after you've completed this, and it's just going to change the next follow-up based on whenever you clicked this followed up button. So you can change the interval at any time, and you can even go ahead and hide these things if you don't want to see them. And it will just basically tell you like when you need to follow up next, and you can change your intervals, and you have a nice little CRM with follow-up reminders. The next example here is just for completing tasks. So as I showed you before, I actually did show you guys how to build this one in this video. You can just hit complete on this button right here, and it will mark these tasks as done. I have the status property right here, and I can actually just change this dynamically through this button right here. This next example is for voting, and with this one you can actually toggle it on and off. So here we have just the assignee column or the person column, and you can add as many people to this as you want. And then I just have a basic formula here counting the length of the total voters. So it's just going to tell me how many voters there are. So here I can just hit vote, and it's actually going to toggle me in and out of here as a voter for these new features that my team and I are voting on. So if I just hit vote or unvote, I can do that, and it's just going to change the formula here. Now, if I sort, I can sort by formula, and I can sort by descending. And then it's going to show me what the most popular feature request is here. I can even hide this formula because it's not necessary, and I could hide the voters if I really wanted to. And then you can just basically vote on these things, and they'll move up and down based on how many votes they have. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial on Notion buttons. If you did, be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll help you guys out with more awesome videos like this. Like this video if you enjoyed, and definitely check out this next one.